Coming up, the Vipers had a big night last night. Also, we'll talk Alabama football with Jimmy Stein from BamaOnline.com. All that and more on Southern Sports Now next. We welcome you into Southern Sports Now. I'm Chase Robinson. Glad you're joining us here on Wednesday, July the 12th. Hope your Wednesday is going great. We're in the middle of this week, and we've got a lot to dive into today, so sit back and enjoy. Again, Jimmy Stein from BamaOnline.com will join us, talk some Alabama football recruiting, and as we get ready for the 2023 season for the Tide, we'll talk all things Alabama with Jimmy Stein. We'll get to the MLB All-Star game from last night as the National League finally get the win over the American League for the first time since 2012. But as always, we got to start with our countdowns to football season because, folks, we are getting closer and closer by the day. We are 43 days away from the college football season. That is till week 0, August the 26th. And there'll be 10 games played that day. And one of those 10 is our Jacksonville State Gamecocks as they'll host UTEP there on August the 26th, 4:30 Burgess Snow Field. But we are 43 days away from the 2023 college football season. High school football, we are 41 days away. Folks, it is getting closer and closer. We'll talk some high school football later on in the show today, but we are 41 days away from Thursday, August the 24th. That is week 0. That is the first official date of games for high school football. We are 41 days away. I'm excited. I know you are as well for football season to be back, and we are getting closer and closer. A couple of media days coming up in the next few weeks that we'll be covering and bringing you all kinds of team previews to get you ready for the high school football season. Want to remind you about our mailbag. We do this every Friday, so now's the time to get your sports questions in. We'll answer those on the show Friday. How do you submit those questions? There you see it, eansports23@gmail.com. You can send us an email. You can send us a message on the East Alabama Now Facebook page, or send us a message on Twitter at EAN_sports, but we will open that mailbag up every Friday, and we will do that a couple of days from now. I want to start with some Vipers talk because we talked yesterday. They were starting Monday. They started the 3-game series with the Oklahoma City Spark, the top team in the league. Last night, game 2 was a big one. And, we told you Monday night the Spark came back and in the top of the 7th inning scored 4 runs to beat the Vipers. Well, kind of reversed that last night. The Vipers had a comeback, but they got the win over the Spark 11-9, and it was Mary Jacopo, a 2-run walk-off home run at Choccolocco Park last night to get the 3rd win of the season for the Vipers. That ends that 5-game losing streak. See if they can get a momentum swing here as they're in the second half of the season. But from Monday night, the close game, the Spark won that one. The Vipers able to get it done last night. We'll see if they can wrap up the series tonight with a win. But great win for the Vipers last night, and great pitching performance from Amber Pfizer. And again, we said Mary Jacopo with that walk-off home run to get the 2 runs there for the Smash It Sports Vipers. They moved to 3-12 on the season, and they'll wrap up that series with the Spark tonight. So go out and support the Vipers tonight. This is the last game they'll be at home for a couple of weeks. They'll make a trip on the road to play each of the other 3 teams, and so it'll be a few weeks before they are back at Choccolocco Park. So go check them out tonight, 7 o'clock, first pitch there at Choccolocco Park, and we'll see if the Vipers can get this series win against the Oklahoma City Spark. So we'll be cheering on the Vipers tonight, and we'll let you know tomorrow how they do. But go out and support them, and should be a great night for some women's professional fast pitch softball. We got some Alabama football to talk about next. Jimmy Stein with BamaOnline.com will join us after this break.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs. We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
East Alabama Now Local News has been bringing you the best local news coverage for 6 months. And now we're growing.
EAN News will be available to you 5 nights a week with new faces, new content, and coverage that is second to none.
We'll be bringing you the weather that matters to your neighborhood and to you. Rain or shine, you'll be in the know.
Sports always brings communities together, and EAN Sports will have coverage of all of our area events.
East Alabama Now, local news, new faces, same great coverage. Starting 5 days a week, May 1st. EAN Local News, your news on your schedule.
Southern Sports Now is brought to you by Ted's Floors and Beyond. Of course, they have all of your flooring needs, as they have had for so many years. Hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, and luxury vinyl. But they have this cool partnership now with Welborn Cabinet. That's the and beyond part. They're now able to offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, and tile showers. They offer 0% interest financing for 12 months and free in-home estimates, lifetime warranty on flooring installations. They're locally owned and operated, so go by and see them on Highway 431 in Anniston, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online, shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond, bringing you Southern Sports Now. And we're excited to be back with you, and we're excited to talk some Alabama football now as we welcome on Jimmy Stein from BamaOnline.com. Jimmy, always great to talk with you. How are you today? Hey, Jimmy, how are you today?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Great to have you on. And we're 52 days away from Alabama kicking off the college football season, and it's getting closer. And excited about the potential of Alabama this season.
Yeah, it's yet another season. I suspect Alabama's going to start the season in the top 5. They've been number 1 or number 2 for the last several seasons. I think they'll be a little lower in terms of preseason rankings this year, maybe number 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. But the expectations are going to be super high. They always are.
We'll talk more kind of on-field stuff in a minute, but recruiting is a hot topic right now for not only Alabama, but really all of college football. A lot of guys making decisions in the month of July. Alabama still, really hot on the recruiting trail. A lot of big names still waiting to decide. But where's Alabama sit right now as we look at the class of 24?
Yeah, pretty good. A little different from some previous years in the sense that the numbers so far might be a little lower than some of the other teams they recruit against. But there's a lot of scheduled announcements for the rest of July, early August, that could very easily go Alabama's way. So I think by the time fall camp starts in about 3 weeks, the numbers will be kind of what they typically are. I suspect Alabama's going to have another extremely strong class. Looks really good so far, spearheaded by quarterback Julian Sand, who on 3 ranks as the #1 quarterback prospect in the country. And he's kind of helping putting this group together.
Yeah, he is, and really talented quarterback. As far as other position groups, do you see kind of the coaching staff targeting some position groups?
Well, cornerback recruiting has gone really well. That's a Nick Saban specialty, is the cornerback spot. He coaches that position himself. Often every practice, you'll see Nick Saban work with his cornerbacks. There are 3 cornerbacks that are already committed to Alabama in this group. Xavier Brown just committed on Sunday. He's the #1 cornerback on the West Coast. He's a national top 100 player, comes from Mater Dei High School where Bryce Young played. Also, Jameer Grimsley from the Tampa area, another national top 100 player. And, of course, Jalen Mbakwe, who might be the #1 prospect in the state of Alabama, listed by a lot of the services as an athlete, but Jalen Mbakwe is ticketed for cornerback at Alabama. So Mbakwe, Xavier Brown, and Jameer Grimsley, that's actually one of the best cornerback groups Alabama has signed in the Nick Saban era, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, it is. That is saying a lot. I know a target for offensive line, Casey Poe, actually is making his decision today. Do you think he could make a decision for the Tide?
Yes, that's what we're predicting at BOL. We're predicting that. It's recruiting. You never know. He's being recruited by a lot of the biggest programs in the country. I think Oklahoma is a significant player for Casey Poe. Auburn has recruited Casey Poe very hard. So it could go that way. But we're predicting Alabama at BOL. And look, Casey Poe is rated by many services, including On3, as the #1 interior offensive line prospect in the country. I watched his film a lot yesterday. I find him sort of similar to Barrett Jones, and I know that's not a very fair comp for the kid because Barrett accomplished so much at Alabama, and I'm not saying Casey Poe's going to match Barrett Jones' accomplishments, but he's a similar player to Barrett Jones in the sense that they're similarly sized. There's a lot of positional versatility. We think Casey Poe, if he commits to Alabama, will play guard, but he could also play center. He plays left tackle at his high school at 6'4.5". He's got some length, plays with a ton of power, but when you watch his high school tape, he reminds me quite a bit of Barrett. So again, the nation's #1 interior offensive line prospect. He commits at 6 p.m. Tonight on his Instagram Live. So I guess that's the world we're living in now, huh?
Yeah, it is. We're talking Alabama football with Jimmy Stein from BamaOnline.com. And you hit on this a second ago, but, when you look at Alabama and the list of other teams recruiting right now, Alabama's not up at the top like we're used to seeing. And you said, give it a few weeks and more guys will commit. But, and I think Alabama's fans see that, though, and think, oh, well, we're not recruiting at the high level we have been. What would you say to kind of this slow start, if you would, in recruiting for Alabama?
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly slow. I think in terms of, we're really halfway. If you look at February is the end of the last cycle and December is your first signing day, then July is literally the midpoint. And so it's a little early to assume too much in terms of where the team's going to finish. There's a lot of big announcements left out there. Some of the top prospects, even in the state of Alabama, have yet to make a commitment. So I don't think we're going to see an ending that's too different from any of the previous Saban years. Now, I'll admit, I don't believe that Alabama's going to sign a group quite as good as last year, but some experts call last year's Alabama signing class maybe one of the greatest signing classes ever signed. So it's not really saying a lot to say, hey, it won't quite match what last year's did. Some of that has to do with just the crop of players, Chase. I mean, sometimes the crop isn't what you want. Like defensive line's a great example. It's just not a super group nationally, regionally, or even in the state in terms of numbers of high quality prospects. That can change cycle to cycle, and it's affecting that position. And that's just one example.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly agree with you there. as far as the offense goes around the quarterbacks, with Tommy Rees coming in, do you think that we'll see more of a running game for Alabama? We've seen it in the past under Bill O'Brien, but do you think we'll have more of a run focus offense in Tuscaloosa?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Every reason, everything pointing to that, Chase. And by that, I mean, not only is Tommy Rees coming from an offense that sort of featured running the ball, Alabama sort of has built this offense to do just that. They're getting bigger up front. They're better up front. You return 2 veteran backs in Jace McClellan and Roydell Williams, and then you're adding exciting young talents like Justice Haynes and Jam Miller. Running back is the strength of this offense. The offensive line is bigger, and you want to do all that you can to take pressure off the new quarterback, whomever it happens to be. Plus, the quarterback is going to be a running threat. Doesn't matter if it's Milroe, doesn't matter if it's Simpson or Buckner. The quarterback's going to be a guy that can run the football. When you pair that with a strong contingent at running back, now you've got a defense that has to focus on more than one runner in the backfield. It can really kind of set up the big play. I think we saw some of that last year, Chase, when Jalen Milroe came in. Jahmyr Gibbs actually had his best games with Milroe at quarterback. Look at Gibbs' numbers against Arkansas and Texas A&M, better than any of his numbers all year long, because defenses also had to worry about Milroe running the ball, and it helped Gibbs have his best games of the season. I think you'll see Alabama's run game look like that all fall. I expect a lot more production out of the running back position, and really all 4 of those running backs that I named, they'll all get their fair share of carries this fall.
Always good stuff from Jimmy Stein, BamaOnline.com. That's your destination for all news involving the Crimson Tide. But, Jimmy, always great to talk with you. Appreciate you taking time with me this afternoon. We will definitely do it again soon, but thanks for coming on with me.
Thanks so much, Chase.
Thank you. Jimmy Stein, BamaOnline.com. More to come in a moment here on Southern Sports Now.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brodney Sneed from both CARES and Direct Primary Care. Direct Primary Care is an exciting new model of medical care growing on both the East and West Coast. It's been recommended by Forbes and the American Academy of Family Physicians and others for individuals or small businesses with or without health insurance. The pure simplicity of a membership model streamlines the burden of medical care. It eliminates 60% of the overhead. That streamlining allows providers time to focus on patients with free, no copay, no deductible, unhurried office visits or telehealth visits with minimal waiting room time. It produces same or next day appointments and access by text or telephone during and after hours. It saves you from leaving work, wasting time and getting exposed in a waiting room, and the convenience and cost with barriers removed helps one avoid letting problems like a sore throat turn into an expensive ER or hospital visit for pneumonia. If you're interested, search the web for CARES Direct Primary Care.
Sports Now. Chase Robinson here with you. Southern Sports Now brought to you by Ted's Floors and beyond. You can visit them online, shopteds.com. And we told you at the beginning of the show, we're 41 days away from the high school football season. 7-on-7s, OTAs, all that good stuff going on this summer, including yesterday out at Fort McClellan, the FCA 7-on-7. We had an interview with John Holder there yesterday, but I want to talk some Pleasant Valley Raiders football. They were there yesterday, Coach Jonathan Nix, and the Raiders had a chance to check them out. And I've been a Jonathan Nix fan ever since they hired him there at Pleasant Valley. He's done a really good job with this Raiders program. Good numbers out. He's got a good staff around him. He's the guy for the job there at Pleasant Valley. He's doing a great job of kind of building this program up. And, they play against tough teams, and whether they're in 3A or 2A, wherever it was, Pleasant Valley was up against a brutal schedule. But they continue to keep fighting, keep working, and just talking with him yesterday, I could tell, that he is excited about this team, this group of guys, and he shared a little bit with me about what he likes about this team this year.
I really like our up front guys. I mean, we've got some guys up front that I feel like is working really hard this summer. The majority of our D-line and O-line's coming back from last year. We've got some key running backs coming back. I do like our skill. They're coming along where we can, able to pass the ball a little more. But I think balance with that run is going to be a tough act to follow there.
So he's got some guys back. That will definitely be of help to the Raiders as they get things going for the 2023 season. But something else Coach Nix likes that he talked with me about is the fact that the guys are working hard, but not just while they're at workouts or in the competitions. They're taking extra time out of their day, whether it be early in the mornings, later at night. These guys are working hard, and that's leading to other guys wanting to do that. Coach Nix talked with me about that.
Our attendance has been great, and we've had some good leadership. Got a lot of kids staying over after practice, and then that just feeds off of more and more doing it once they see a couple of them doing it. And so to start with it, the summer it was 3 or 4 staying over, and now all of a sudden, now there's a group of 12 to 15 that's staying over to get extra work. Some of them coming in at night and doing extra workouts, and so all that stuff I know is going to pay off.
It will pay off. That's what you look for in your team is leadership, and it sounds like Pleasant Valley's got really good leadership this season as they head into the year, and they will open up their season against Donahoe on the road. They're at Brock McWhorter Field at Donahoe on September the 1st. That is week 1, so no week 0 game for the Raiders. They'll wait to week 1 to go on the road to Donahoe to take on the Falcons to start the season. But looking forward to what Coach Jonathan Nix and the Pleasant Valley Raiders will do this season. We'll continue to preview high school football teams as we move forward and get you ready for the high school football season. We want to jump to a break here. Coming up, we will talk about that MLB All-Star Game. Big night for some Braves guys in the National League. We'll talk about that coming up next.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welber Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN_sports, or you can send it to the EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
You see some interesting weather phenomenon in your backyard here in East Alabama, send that to us. We would love to hear from you. Send that to us at the email address you see on your screen or through Facebook at EAN News.
We are back here on Southern Sports Now, brought to you by Ted's Floors and Beyond. Chase Robinson here. Glad you're hanging out with us. And last night it was the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And finally, the National League wins for the first time since 2012. As there you see Ronald Acuna Jr. leading things off for the National League team. I thought right here that this was going to be a really good start for National League, as it looked like it was going out. But, hey, credit that guy right there for getting up and making the catch. And, you know, these all-star games, all these guys know each other. It's a lot of fun. And the American League got on the board first. You thought, well, maybe this is going to be like every other year where the American League pulls it out. But some really good pitching on both sides, so not a ton of hits, honestly, in the game. There was 9 hits for the National League, 7 hits for the American League. But a really good baseball game last night. If you like baseball and some of the top talent, it was a really fun game last night to watch. But, this was a very important moment there for the National League. That 2-run home run gave the National League the lead, and that led to the win. As you see here, the final out, which led to Craig Kimbrell there dealing that pitch. That led to the National League breaking that streak. Not a good streak there for the National League. First time since 2012. But the NL beats the AL in the All-Star game, and they'll get games started back up Friday. And, you know, today is actually the only day on the calendar all year that there is no sporting events being played. That is today because of the All-Star game last night. No baseball, nothing else. So if you're looking for something to watch on TV tonight, there will be no live sports. That's just this day every year is that way in the world of sports. But congratulations to the National League and the Braves players who contributed to that last night there in Seattle. That's all the time we have for you today. Hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll do this again tomorrow. Be sure to check us out on the East Alabama Now YouTube channel, on the East Alabama Now Facebook page. Like it, share it with your friends, spread the word about Southern Sports Now, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.